Ju?
Yes.
There's a new culture going on. Not so new lah, the last 2-3 years. Guess what?
I don't know.
Tell you when we start.
You're listening to
Jom Sembang, Malaysia. Okay, today we're going to talk about cancer culture, not the cancer, but the cancer. You know, your keyboard fear cancer, C-A-N-C-E-L.
Okay, cancel culture.
Yes. So, have you heard about it?
I have, kinda. But the weirdest thing was, the first time it actually caught my attention was, we were at Vocal Fest, and then one of the guys was paired up with a kid, a younger 14, 15-year-old. He was like so scared. It's like, I don't want to get cancelled. I'm like, what in the world is he talking about? I had to go and process that for a while.
So the definition of cancel culture actually refer to a mass group of people who actually withdraw their support from a certain public figure, brand or something. Like the recent one is Starbucks lah, you know.
Oh, boycott lah.
Yeah, like boycott. But it's like last time you boycott is like one person boycott. This one is specifically online boycott lah. So for example, like if you, let's say an artist do something wrong and they were like, wow, why you do this one? Okay. Then maybe everybody decided to, we shall just don't like this artist, don't follow, don't support. Then let's say she got 1 million followers. Suddenly she got 500,000.
Okay.
That means she got cancelled lor.
Right. It's like last time the comedian did something at CI. So cancelled until I can't even remember her name anymore.
Yeah. The last year, beginning of last year or something like that one.
So she got cancelled from Malaysia lah, at least.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is a good example of cancel culture. I think what is interesting now, because everybody is in a way trying to be an influencer. Well, 50% of the world is trying to be an influencer. The other 50% is I follow quietly and just like, I don't even post anything on, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so there is a whole bunch of people that is like that, which I totally can understand, because sometime in my life, I'm also a quiet follower, just sit down there and read. I don't bother influencing people.
Okay.
Then you have this whole bunch of influencers who build their entire career based on being an influencer.
Yeah.
And their greatest fear is always being cancelled overnight.
Which also means those people who like read are also influencers, because
they are the one who is cancelling everyone else.
You can decide who is the influencer and who is not. Right?
Yeah. So like what kind of major thing that happens is like, for example, sexual harassment.
Yes.
Those are major cancer. Or there's a few, let's say, violence.
Yes.
So quite a few actually celebrated the last few years, big names that have been cancelled based on stories like this that surface around them.
Okay.
So for example, their spouse complained about violence, right?
Yeah.
And then the next morning they woke up half 1,000,000 gone.
Yeah.
Follower, and then all the endorsement will also follow.
Yeah.
The power about cancel culture is if the online people cancel you, all your offline things is affected, because maybe the brand say, wow, now you lose 500,000 followers. I don't want to endorse.
You're not you're good. What's the word?
Bad influence.
Yeah.
Then you have bad values or something like that.
For us anymore. Yeah.
So it's not as simple as people ignoring you online lah.
Yeah.
It's as
It's
complicated
like your
as...
saham jatuh already lah.
Correct. You actually lose jobs and everything,
Yes.
and it might destroy your career lah.
Correct.
So my question today is, as an influencer yourself,
I don't know whether I am lah, but yeah, okay.
what will being cancelled do to your life, you think?
What?
Like, what are the... If someone cancel you lah, how will it affect your life?
Wow. I haven't really thought about that question, but I had a dream a long time ago.
Okay.
I think this was just when I was starting out in the music career, and I had this dream that somebody found drugs on me.
Okay. Big cancer factor there.
That time there was no such thing as cancel. There wasn't that terminology yet lah.
Okay.
But I remember in that dream that I was in the courthouse, and I think I can't remember what happened in the dream, but I woke up, right, wondering, hey, if that was to happen in real life, who would stick by me, who would believe me, or who would just believe whatever they heard, simply, right? And I realized that actually the people who will stick by you are the people who really know you one.
Yeah, not your online gang.
Everybody else will just hear what they want to hear, see what they want to see.
Okay.
Whatever. It's called the court of public opinion lah.
Yes, correct.
They are only going to know that lah. So coming back to your question, how will it affect me? Interesting. because following, okay, my Facebook following is pretty alright. My Instagram following, because I kena hack that day, I kena hijack that day.
It's like a fake cancer.
Yeah, it's like fake. It's like Instagram cancelled me. So I had to restart. So that one is like, okay lah, not really happening. But I think for myself, if you're talking about influence, the people that I think would support me are people who know me for who I am. As in, I don't think one of those, what you call that? It's not scandal, but when you say something about somebody,
Okay.
that is not necessarily true, it won't sit so fast.
But I think you need to like keep in mind what is cancer. There's two things. Number one, you lose a big bulk of followers.
Yeah.
Number two, you have very nasty comments on your posts.
Oh, but you don't even have to have done anything worth cancelling to get really nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, people
But when
get
you say
that
really
for
nasty, it's like
anything.
90% of your comment is nasty lah. That's how you get cancelled lah. They really target you and say, this one, you are like this, why you like this, why
Until you can't be bothered to post anymore. It's just
that's why it's called cancelled lah. When you have 90% nasty comments, it make people want to stop following you. That's what cancel means.
right.
It's
right,
not
right.
dealing with one nasty comment.
True. So I think a lot of cancels that happen now, I think for me, it seems to be the court of public opinion.
Correct.
Whether it is true, whether how founded or unfounded, it's going to be a bit controversial if I cite what I'm going to talk about. So maybe I won't say what exactly, but if you say, okay, I'm going to boycott, I'm going to cancel this particular brand, how much do you actually know about
the
what
brand.
you're cancelling?
Correct.
And if I say that, okay, I'm going to cancel you because of this one thing, but then I don't cancel the other people who are doing similar things, then it's a bit bigoted lah, I think. Not bigoted, but
if one
you're
person cancel you, no
a bit
effect.
hypocritical lah.
If one person cancel you, it's not considered a cancel culture.
No. I'm talking about
Yeah.
I'm talking about the masses. The masses also do that. They will cancel one, but they don't necessarily cancel other people who are doing the same thing because it's not
That's
the
interesting.
peer pressure to do that.
That's
you know?
interesting. So single cancer is okay. Mass cancer is the teruk one lah.
Yeah.
But for me, right, the person must have done something really, really bad or outstanding to be cancelled by 1,000 together at one time. If let's say I offended you today
Okay.
you cancel me on social media,
Yeah.
no one will realize one. Okay?
Yes.
But yeah, I must have done something in the public big enough for the whole people, my 3,000 people who said, okay, let's all cancel you now. This is 0 follower.
Okay, if you really did it and you deserve it, then I think, sure, why not?
Okay.
Because I think influencers have to live up to, you can't just be saying, oh yeah, follow me and then you're a bad role model.
Okay.
Okay lah, I mean you pay for your sins lah, so to speak lah. But what I'm saying is,
What if
not
the sin
everything
is not a
as,
sin?
Everything is not as black and white
Correct.
as what you think. That's what
Correct.
I'm saying. So then if you simply cancel, then I, as in a whole group of people, am going to lead this boycott or whatever lah against you, then I need, that means I'm holding the justice flag, what? Like, oh, I'm
Correct.
going to do this. Then every other person who has been, let's say I'm cancelling this person for some sexual whatever lah,
harassment or something.
whatever lah. And then here also got somebody, but no, this one I elevate because I close one eye because never mind. Then cannot lah. It's like ridiculous lah.
Okay.
But that's what society does now, you see.
I think you only cancel people that you once idolized lah. If the person does not matter to me, he do something wrong, I also won't cancel because I'm not the follower in the first place. I think that is also how it kind of works. When they say cancel culture, it's really targeted to your fans cancelling you and not cancelling people that you don't idolize or admire or follow in the first place.
Huh.
But after the break, let me tell you what Taylor Swift, since her name very big now, right? Southeast Asia, and I think says about being cancelled.
Okay, Swifties, don't go away.
So if this is the first time that you are intending to write a song, or you have written something halfway, you have written lyrics only, no melody, or you have written melody got no lyrics, then we have something special coming up for you.
Yes, it is the songwriting retreat brought to you by Voxfest Malaysia. Basically, it's going to be away in a very, very nice refreshing environment called Beacon Resort. And you'll have both of us there to coach you in writing melody, writing lyrics, and just bring you through the whole songwriting process.
One thing I like to say is when you walk away after 3 days, 2 nights, if you actually do your assignment while you're there with us, you can walk away with a song ready for demo recording.
Yes. So look it up. Voxfest Malaysia socials. That's Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, so this is what Taylor Swift said. She actually told this magazine, very famous one, shall not name it, okay, that when you receive messages or you're being cancelled, that's related to being cancelled online, it's as good as telling the person, go kill yourself. Her idea is basically if you cancel, some people you can manage if you lose 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
You just feel like, okay, I just build my database again.
Yeah.
But it's those nasty comments that drive the person to a corner.
Yeah.
It like cancelling does not help the person to realize what he did wrong.
Yeah.
But you drive person to a corner that might be depressed and then have mental health issue, and then it becomes a totally different ballgame together.
Yeah.
That's why she said it's almost as good as telling them to go kill yourself.
Yeah.
So she was so disturbed by this idea because so many of her friends were cancelled. Like Kim Kardashian was cancelled for a while. And then you have some Jonah Hill was cancelled for a while. So she actually said that she want to write a song to talk about like how do you survive being cancelled. I don't know which song was it lah. Because this her entire talk about cancel culture was a few years ago. She said, when I see all this happening to my friends, she wanted to write a song to help them to get up from it. Because we all do one mistake.
Correct.
But the internet cancelled out until we go into a corner of depression and couldn't get ourselves up.
Yeah, because when you cancel someone, you are casting a judgment, and you are casting a very harsh judgment that is open in public. If you're talking about social media kind of cancellation, everybody can read it.
Correct.
And imagine if it gets multiplied.
Yes.
And seriously, it's for one thing. You know, again I say like sometimes people have so much, they have gained so much, and the thing that they have done is really, how to say, not acceptable. Then I think that one is I want to say deserving also not, but that person shouldn't be where they are lah.
Correct.
In view of what they have done lah, okay? Again, not everybody gets the same retribution.
Yeah.
But I remember I was at another podcast, live recording of a podcast, and Steve Chow, who is a, what you call it, photojournalist with quite famous one lah, Al Jazeera, I think.
Okay.
He was
not
saying...
the Chow Yun Fat.
No. He was saying something about when cancel culture, right?
Okay.
I think it was him lah. Sorry if it's not you. Cancel culture, right, comes around when you don't want to talk anymore.
Okay.
It's like, I don't hear what you have to say. Just, like get out of my face. And I'm like just going to slam you with things. And it's very dangerous because then I begin to judge you. I begin to judge everybody or whoever. I don't like what you do. Cancel you lah.
Correct.
I don't like your belief. I cancel you lah. Oh, you don't have the same viewpoint as me cancel you lah. Because I'm so right lah. It also comes because I am better than you lah. I know better than you, and therefore I can judge you, right? I mean, like what we believe, like even Jesus said, who has never seen you go and cast the first stone lah.
Correct.
So it's that judgment thing that I think is very dangerous. But maybe if you sit down at the table and talk to people, they can be understanding. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you condone what they say. But then again, in social media,
I think it's easy
so
to
high,
condone. It's easy to condone now is because there's a lot of keyboard warriors. It's so easy to say, okay, let's hate this person because we're anonymous behind a Taylor.123 handle or ABC.4.
It's like free access almost.
Correct. And that actually encourages a very blind kind of cancel culture action. But there is also another level where when someone you idolize cancel another idol and you join.
Ikut lah.
Yes, that is a very big thing in Korea. When it happens with Korea idols, right? If one of the idols and the other idol not good friend, right? Wow, this whole gang follow cancel this follow.
It's like the new type of war lah.
Yeah lah.
Psychological war.
It's an online war lah.
Yeah.
So for me, I think taking the time out to actually sit down and understand why before you join the cancer movement is very important.
Yeah.
To do that research. Because study shows that cancer culture so far is within 24 hours one. You don't even have time to think. So for me, right, how all these people within 24 hours, 500,000 people around the world can all concentrate to this one thing. I think half of it is all blind followers. The fella cancer, I cancer, fella cancer, I cancer. Together lah, whatever lah. You know, and that is not very healthy lah.
I think it's a lot of peer pressure as well. Because sometimes if you talk to them and then you ask questions, they'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of like how people say, everybody boycott Starbucks. And then you ask them why. Don't know. Half of Malaysia boycott, we also boycott.
They might know lah. They might know one reason for it.
Yeah, but they might know like maybe just a keyword. They don't really know the big picture.
Yeah, and then I think the consequences of it is so huge, you know. Like
that the Tan Sri have to come up and say, hi, Starbucks have lost 100 million, blah, 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 blah.
So the
more
for
he
me,
tried to defend it, the more everybody said, never mind, 100 million have gone to all this juice coffee or whatever coffee, everybody, you know.
So when I go to a place that has been boycotted, especially nowadays, right, I see the people working there. Are they not humans? Are they not people like us? You boycott means that place. Oh, and the best thing is people celebrate when outlets are closed down. Actually, you really don't know who owns it or how much of the franchise, how much of money goes where, or what. You really, really don't know. How many of the people who have boycotted actually know the details? I tell you, not very many lah. And then you see them celebrating when shops close down. And I'm not thinking, okay lah, to the tycoon is like, okay lah, one outlet lah. But to the person working there, it's
lost job opportunity.
It's a loss of livelihood. You really don't know what's going on in their lives. Maybe they just bought a house. You know, it's not nice lah. It's not nice to celebrate this kind of thing lah. I think no matter what, how righteous you feel, it cannot be right lah.
I mean, at the end of the day, cancer culture is all about bringing justice. And not laughing at people's misery lah.
Yeah.
Celebrating people's misery from the cancer culture is a bit sick.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about that, let's bring it a little bit closer to home. So for example, right, I know in my writer sphere, I have at least 2 persons who have cancelled me.
Oh.
And I can pretty much tell when they go around and tell other people to cancel me that I spend enough time with my fellow writers for them to not fall into these 2 persons trap.
Okay.
And these 2 persons' idea of cancelling me is because they come to me probably asking for something that I couldn't help. So in their mind, right, Gina know 1,000 writers. She helped every other writer but me. Yeah. So I remember seeing that, they have dropped off from my social media. Like I don't even notice it until like maybe 3 months later. Like, how come never see much comment or likes anymore from this person or this 2 person? And then after that, then I realized they have unfollowed me. Okay. And then when I talk to my other writers friend, they come, these 2 fellas trying to, get other people to don't like you lah.
Okay.
But because like I said, cancelling, you can cancel 1 person, no effect one. So these 2 person trying to do this for a while. Tak jadi because they know pretty sure that I'm a very fair person lah.
Right.
If this thing works. If it didn't work. I'm not going to make it work just because of a person lah. So they went around. So what happened is, offline wise, everybody didn't join the cancel culture.
Okay. Yeah.
And they came back to me and tell me that, hey, these 2 person trying to cancel
Right.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, right, if you stand right as an influencer, you have people who will be able to kill off those few people who's trying to start a cancel movement against you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, when we started this episode, I was also saying, who actually knows you, right?
Correct.
And I suppose it also depends on the degree of your fame lah.
Yeah, so for me, it's because the writer circle is so small. We are all online and everything, but Malaysian writer circle is so small. It's not as big as Hollywood.
Yeah.
So that's why it can be contained when you have 2 fellas.
Yes.
But if I'm a Hollywood artist like I don't know, if I'm Taylor Swift, you don't have to control one. Your family, 5 people. I was like, got 5 million people.
Yeah. So, I mean, in our context, it's like people who support you, know you, might probably, maybe, I don't know what, 20% might have had some connection with you or some interaction with you to at least have a feeling, a deep feeling that, but I know this person, sure not like that.
Correct.
But if you are like that level, like, okay, somewhere in another continent, I only see you, I have no clue who you are. I've never
I only listen to
spoken
your music.
to you. Yeah, and your music can be like, wow, really good to me, but has really spoken to me and helped me through rough times or whatever, but I have never had any contact with you as a person. So it's very easy for that thing to crumble lah, I feel lah. That's why they go on tour lah, I think, go on world tour.
Yeah, must go and make friends.
Yeah.
There's so many Taylor Swift fans. Because I just came back from JB and everyone is talking about it. I was like,
See? So semakin personal contact, semakin kukuh lah you punya.
But I think a good case that if you guys are interested would be to just Google Taylor Swift is cancelled. She was cancelled a few years ago before her latest album come out and all this Eras tour thing.
Okay.
Can you imagine a cancelled person can also rise up? So if you think that you are going through something cancelled or whatever, look through, just Google up Taylor Swift is cancelled. It's a hashtag that's really popular.
Okay.
And you will read all her summary of how she got cancelled, how she
Wow.
rise up through a song and became where she is today.
That's interesting.
And today, considering 2024, she's one of the most successful
Yeah, they also
now.
have what? Swiftconomics, how to
Yeah,
say?
Swifty lah, Swiftconomics. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Her name became what now? A verb now.
Yeah.
So I would probably end this episode at that note. Go and find out more if you are interested. Specifically, you can just Google Taylor Swift is cancelled. That is very specific. Because you Google everything else is very general.
Yeah, and so being cancelled is not the end of everything lah.
You can rise up.
Yes. Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by two Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Cerita Suito and Gina Yap Layung.
Today's episode is recorded at Studio 2105.
Remember to click like and subscribe for the brand new episode next week.